shoes, food, and anxiety for my June monthly favorites. Hi everybody, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, an MD-JD turned homeschooling mom of 3 kids ages 7, 4, and 2. I started these Mom Me Time Favorites videos because I think it can get really easy to get swept away in your children and your husband and taking care of the house and making sure everything's working properly when you're a mom and a wife, and especially as a homeschooling mother, because so much of your life gets wrapped up in your children. And I think it's important to take time to reflect upon things that are making you happy as a person and an individual. Some of the things that have been making me the most happy this month are my sandals. These are just regular old flip-flops on first inspection, but they're made by a company called Ryder, and I really like Ryder flip-flops, as it turns out. I randomly bought one of these from Zulily last year, and I use them incessantly. They are made in Brazil. They are made out of the softest, smoothest type of some type of foamy thing. They're waterproof though. There's nothing to get waterlogged in here. The straps are lined. So I don't know if you can see, but the straps are lined on the underneath with this really soft foam, and the stitching is somehow deep within the foam so it doesn't rub and irritate your skin. My biggest problem with flip-flops usually is that they get really raw and abrasive on my skin. So the top side of my foot would start to get little blisters, little blisters from contact with them, which sort of defeats the purpose of having a comfortable summer flip-flop. I generally use these every single day. They are my summer footwear of choice for running errands, for just running around town, everything like that. So I love them. These are the, so it's called Dry Eco Foam. But I love them. They are so comfortable. If you see Ryders on sale, definitely get them. They last way longer than the regular flip-flops that you would get, for example, from Dollar Tree or from just, Kmart or anywhere like that. And they're super comfortable. So I can't recommend these highly enough. And I will never buy another pair of flip-flops. My other favorite of the month are these bars from Kind. This is from Kind, that makes the nut and grain bars that are a little bit hard and chewy. They make Pressed by Kind as well, and it's a fruit bar, and this one's just fruit and chia, so there's no sugar added. Each one has 2 servings of fruit. They're gluten-free, a good sized source of fiber, omega-3s, they have iron, no preservatives, low sodium, dairy-free, and vegan. This is the cherry apple one. I love it. There's also mango apple, I believe, that comes in the same pack that you can get from Costco. I'm not as big of a fan of that. Cherry apple is my wheelhouse. So basically they just press fruit and chia. So if you read the ingredients, only cherry, apple, and chia seeds. That's it. And it's super tasty, super soft. This would be easy to give even to a baby. It's that soft. It's as I squish it, I can feel it the shape changing. Super nice and lightweight to pop into your purse for an emergency snack or to give to your kids. I love these ones so much though that I put them on a high shelf, and I told the kids these are special grown-up bars. I am not above lying sometimes. My last favorite of the month is this, which is Natural Calm, made by Natural Vitality in the lemon flavor. And it's basically a magnesium supplement. Each dose, your doses can range. A serving is said to be 2 teaspoons, and that contains 325 milligrams of magnesium. I've always wondered about supplementing magnesium as sort of an aid to minimize anxiety. I've had a type A personality and anxiety for a long time. It's always been with me since teenagehood, at least, that I can remember. And I've been using this for the past 2 weeks, and I can definitely tell that there has been a reduction of anxiety on the days that I use it, and a difference when I stop. And so that is something for me more than any kind of clinical study that shows me that there is something to this. Now, if you look up magnesium deficiency is pretty common across the board. It's a really hard thing to test because we don't store so much magnesium in our blood or in our blood serum. Most of it is stored in our bones and other places. It's sort of sequestered for use. So one of the things that people have hypothesized about magnesium is that because it can block certain steps in the cascade of things that trigger an increase of the stress hormone cortisol in our body, that perhaps being deficient in magnesium is causing this elevated level of stress hormone or cortisol in modern day society, which contributes to an increased incidence of depression and generalized anxiety disorders and things like that. There haven't been that many clinical trials to actually piece out whether or not this is actually happening, partially because magnesium is so hard to test for in the blood. But I will tell you, just clinically for me, this has really helped me in the last couple of weeks, and I will be continuing this entire bottle, and I'll get back to you next month to tell you if I'm not using it anymore. If I don't mention it, I will be still using it. Now, obviously, I am trained as a physician, but I am in no way recommending that anyone take any supplement of any kind without consulting your doctor first. For example, magnesium can interfere with a lot of other drugs, so if you have other conditions that you are treating with pharmaceutical medications or natural medications, you should definitely talk to your healthcare provider before supplementing with magnesium or any other supplement. That disclaimer aside, if you are a fairly healthy individual with normally functioning kidneys, you should be able to supplement about 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium a day without experiencing any ill effects. This is magnesium citrate, which is one of the cheaper forms of magnesium. It also is one of the most likely to cause diarrhea. In fact, magnesium is actually a really good cure for constipation. If you do start with this, make sure you start with a very small amount, like a 1/4 of a teaspoon or so, and then build your tolerance up over a period of weeks to the recommended dosage, which is up to 2 teaspoons. When you have regular stools that are not too loose and not too firm, you should know that you've pretty much hit a good amount of magnesium supplementation. There has also been a lot of hypothesizing about why there may be this widespread magnesium deficiency. One of the reasons that people speculate is because prior to 1950 and prior to making refined breads and refined grains, when people were just eating whole grain foods, they actually had access to a lot of minerals that aided in the absorption of magnesium from other foods. Nowadays, we eat a lot of white breads, white rice, a lot of refined grains, and we are lacking in those minerals that help bind the magnesium. So if we are magnesium depleted, mainly because of our diets today, supplementing with magnesium should, in theory, help aid in decreasing anxiety and depression by helping block that cascade of hormonal reactions that causes an increase in cortisol, which is the stress hormone. If this had not helped me over the past couple of months, I would not be presenting it as a favorite. I was truly surprised. I had very low expectations of this, but I will tell you, and my husband will tell you, that it definitely made a difference in my behavior and my general overall level of anxiety. That being said, I'd just like to reiterate, even though I am a physician, I in no way am advocating that anyone take any supplementation without consulting your own healthcare provider. Those are my monthly favorites, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you want to join in and share what's been making you happier as a person this month, I would love to hear it. Just let me know in the comments down below with your link, and I'll be happy to add you to the playlist. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I wish you the happiest day.